Dude, aren't these colors amazeballs? I mean, seriously. Yeah, no optical illusions, no Photoshop. Everyone knows I don't know how to edit. But what up? I know it's been a while. Apologies. I'll do a live and talk about that, but I'm just gonna this will be, I guess, the start of the 2021 season at the Ozarks, Church of Nature, and Magical Food Forest. So some of you might remember this little patch here that I've been cultivating weeds and greens and garlic and stuff like that. So I've decided to let these older plants that I've been eating off of for many months to go to seed. Because there's lots of new plants coming up. So yeah, sorry for the shadows, but the mullein transplants over here are doing awesome. By the way, this is another variation of mullein. Not sure if you're familiar with it, but it looks like it's gonna bloom, and that's super cool. There's self-heal seeds I dropped everywhere. Oops, let me get out of there. There's a whole bunch popping up here, basically everywhere I dropped them. So that's really cool. And here's the bigger mulleins that transplanted well. And then all the babies from the seed I harvested last year. So that's what's going on over here. And yeah, I'll just kind of update you what's going on. It was kind of a tough winter, although the greens and roots and things like that survived. But come over here in the grass. I don't like to walk on the driveway. But we had a late snow and sleet, and even with babies covered, we lost a bit, not between cats and dogs and stuff, but that being said, most things are doing okay, so we'll just show you around the first start of the season. In here are all just regrowing grocery stuff. I just put them here for fun, and they're growing. And I am going to do a whole video about that, but do you remember this and all the hanging watermelons, pumpkins, and cantaloupe last year? So right now, unfortunately, the frost, let me come in here, actually killed a ton of flowers. If you can, so a bunch of them had already popped up, and so they're done. But, these are seeds from last year that I allowed, so there's other seeds coming up that were thrown around too. But, like this poppy, is doing okay, and all of these calendulas over here are also doing well. There are some seeds popping up here, but yeah, so the coffee didn't do well, the banana didn't do well, the Satsumo, if you could smell this, holy crap, let me just do that real quick. I make it a point to come by here often, and it looks like these echinaceas and stuff I planted last year are doing good as well. So, that being said, it's that time where I have a whole bunch of seeds and pots and everything coming up. Even the morning glories that popped up in here all died, but it looks, again, they were just seeds I let fall, so I'm sure more will pop up. The cats are, oh my gosh, still being jerks and not letting the catnip grow. Oh my god, they just completely ripped that out. Holy crap. So I've been trying the straw. It doesn't work. I put some in the bathroom. They found those. Lemon balm, mints, parsleys, thyme, whatever else that was over there. Onions, chives, they're all doing amazing. Strawberries, right? Yeah, so these I planted after the season last year, of course, because I got here late. And they're in a few different places, but yeah, the parsleys and mint are growing together which actually tastes super delicious. That mint's going everywhere. And I knew that obviously was gonna happen, and I like that. So the clover seeds and everything I dropped, they're all growing. So when I mow, I just let certain weed patches grow. Oh, seeds. Oh, brother. So as if I didn't have enough damage, the kitties decided to knock these over. I salvaged what I could, but do you know what that means? We don't know which is a loofah, or which is a Lakota squash, or which is a sweet pepper, or which is a Chinese pepper, or which is a striped tomato versus a champagne versus a black versus a pineapple. So it's all gonna be a surprise! I don't know if you remember this quince when I just got here. By the way, it's a year anniversary right now, so I had to prune this back terribly, and she's come back pretty well. Also got some going on in here. I'm just finding rocks and stuff from the property and laying down beds for next season, because if you remember last season's videos, a lot of the beds that exist now weren't beds then. They were piles of sticks or dirt or whatever. This, I decided I'm going to put a shelf in it, and that's going to be where the books are for the free library. And then that sign with the cedar posts, I know you can't see it now, but it says free library. So yeah, I'm starting on this because this will all be fenced, and I plan on using like twigs and everything between the trees till we get to the real fence. So a lot has been popping up in here. Little kales and greens and cabbages, and also flowers like peonies. One of them got fried. I think that was a gladiola, but there are plenty more popping up. I'm super excited to see. So this kind of got a makeover with a bunch of rocks found on the property. There's definitely abundance of rocks. How many can you carry, you know? Some of the trees out here didn't make it, so I replaced them. Fig, almond, cherry, Japanese cherry, plum, etc. I finally found a weeping willow that will have to go in the ground way over there. Yeah, I got all this area kind of, you know, obviously it's not set. I just laid those up there to kind of see what it would look like. And this is, you know, the bare roots that I planted last year. Elderberry, kiwi, and papa's in here. The kiwis and papas were leafing, but the freeze took care of that, so they're back to sticks. But this was my first little mullein transplant. Mugwort. And a whole bunch of baby seeds popping up. So last year along this not fence, look at all this, is amazing. I put the seed stalks from like mustard and other plants. So there's a whole bunch of mustard coming up in different places on the other side of the fence here. And then I've dropped like a whole bunch of sunflowers, and they're coming up everywhere. So it's gonna be, I'm so excited to see this here in summer. Let's see what else. This is a different variation of yarrow. The fence is up for the goats and chickens. I've been looking for, you know, it can't happen soon enough, but it's pretty crazy. Like last year they were like $50. This year they're over 500. But whatever. So just got the cement poured. We'll build the gate this week. And I'm letting the grass in there grow, so the goats will be super, super happy. I did get a badass mower, a zero turn. At first I wasn't sure if it was super scared or if I was having a lot of fun. First day I shouldn't admit to it, but I might have run over a couple beds, and I'm not going to do close-ups because I know you'll guess which ones. I will. But okay, so this is a new potato bed, and this is a new asparagus bed. And I planted seeds like morning glories along the posts of this fence. Also, in all this pine here, there are flowers popping up. Some of them got burned in the freeze, but many of them are still going, and hopefully this fence will be done soon, but the pine will be full of flowers. The berries that, I got the little starts late last year, they made it and are doing okay. Got some other little babies over here. And then behind that cherry tree, if you see that little bed, that's the start of a new berry bed. This, speaking of beds, I might have run this over. Oops. There's no brakes on that zero turn, man. So this bed, remember, was the stick, so it's hugelkultur, and right now I just have garlic, and then I just put some of my squash seedlings in here after the kitties knocked them over upside down. And all the fruit trees are doing really well so far. Blueberries, I guess there's 1, 2, maybe 6 or 7 or something plants now, different kinds. A lot of people lost their berries in the freeze, and thankfully I didn't. The lemongrass isn't that happy, but in here, most everything made it. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you the columbines. Yeah, like even look at these beautiful blueberries. Yeah, so that's good news. Columbine. In case you didn't know, they're not just beautiful, they're medicine. Look it up. So, yeah, everything's hanging in there healthy except for the things that aren't, right? It looks like I'll have my first magnolia flower this year. That's super exciting. And who is this? Oh, it's Mr. Thor. How's it going, buddy? You've been doing a really good job taking care of things here, keeping it clean. Oh yeah, now if I could find out how to keep you out of the beds, oh, that'd be so awesome. So as I said over there, the greens that I've been eating on like all winter and fall and spring, I'm letting them go to seed while all the new ones are coming up. So, and it gives me extra flowers and stuff as well. But dude, by the way, if you have a kale plant, there you go. And these but the bloomed flowers are awesome too, but like, oh my god, it's like eating broccoli. It's just so delicious. But, oh wow, hey Thor. Yeah, so I have new greens coming up everywhere, so I'm letting all these babies go to seed. These carrots are going to be picked here soon. Oh my god, look at that, I can't wait. Holy crap. And the herbs are doing good, and brand new little cucumber seeds and stuff are starting to come up here, along with other greens, as well as here some cabbage. That bee balm's going nuts, so I'm gonna have to remove some of that and transplant it elsewhere. The freeze killed everything even being covered, so if that happens to you, don't give up. Just prune everything way back And look at that. It's all coming back. So, yeah, and that was really big, but now it's nothing. But, yeah. So the herbs and greens and hardier ones did good, but, yeah. Oh, and another. Yeah, it was heartbreaking because they were pretty big. I mean, they were so big that I was already pulling blooms off of them. You know, to let them get stockier and yeah, but that's all right. And that's why it's so funny. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go get my seedlings, and brought them out. And then I came back outside and they were dumped over upside down. So here right now is just peas and beans, and I'll be getting the warmer stuff. I'm gonna sit down for a sec. Oh yeah, and look at all these beautiful peach tree babies. I dig those out and put them elsewhere on the property. Have a nice little orchard here. So, I'll go to, oops, I'll go to the porch. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Ozarks Church of Nature, magical food forest, and super challenged creator. Okay, that's the best I can do, just sit in the camera right there. So, yeah, I intend when things get growing, I'll put that sign out and have a community tea garden. That front area will kind of be like a little farmer's market kind of thing, and all the neighbors are invited. You know, not like a farmer's market that charges people, but just as a community service, since we live so far away from good food or good things or anything really other than nature, which, you know, I'm fine with that, but other people like having options. What else is new? So in about 2 weeks, formerly known as Poseidon, will be having babies. She's definitely pregnant. So hopefully if I do these videos monthly or bi-weekly or whatever, the next video, I'll have goats and chickens. I also want to say, which I'll talk about in a live video more in depth, but you're gonna have to go check out my new videos at Mystical Illuminations YouTube channel. ClearsightConsulting.net is a team I have joined of magical wizards. So, and it's not like all the watered down, same kind of spirituality over and over. There are so many freaking unique, talented individuals with many different facets. Peace Dealer dude, I've talked about him forever here, often. So, yeah, check it out. There's like 50 or 60 of us, and they're amazing, gifted. So, okay, so that's also what's going on. And then with the harvest I was able to do in fall, winter, spring, and make my own oils and tinctures and things. I'm now replacing many of my recipes at My True Essence with my own infused oils, right? So like Heavenly Heal All, Clearum Serum, things like that. It's not just gonna have baobab and pomegranate and all those other super fine oils. They're infused with fresh picked red buds, which, by the way, if you don't know, cures breast cancer. I know I'm not supposed to tell you, but it's out there, published. Okay, sorry, camera died again, but here we go. So here's some of the red bud oils I'm gonna press today, and since the camera went out again and made me go in the house and get a battery, I'll just show you some of the beautiful yummies from fresh picked buds, and more and more and more and more, and hiding back there and back there. So, all right, yeah, sorry about that. So that's super exciting. Just, actually I'm gonna stay in here. It's too hot out there. Yeah, what else is going on that's new? I guess, yeah, so clearsightconsulting.net. I'll do a few live videos on this channel, but let's face it, it's dead. You know what I mean? It just is. So time to move onward and upward. Mystical Illuminations on YouTube. Check it out. Oh, and I finally made a Facebook page for Ozarks Church of Nature and Magical Food Forest, where you can follow all the updates and everything that's going on there. And since I've been here for a year, I'm going to work on putting together a video of flashback last year, what it looked like then and what it looks like now. So, all right, I hope you all are doing well. And I can't wait to show you next month when everything's popping again. And yeah, looking forward to finding a way to train the kitties to leave my shit alone. All right, take care.